Hi all, and welcome to the 1 minute farming videos. It's some time since I last made a video, and so I thought I'd better do one just to prove I'm still alive. So I think the last video I made was probably back in October of last year, possibly. Possibly regarding a V8 conversion on a Model A. Yeah. So it was last October. Anyway, in November I ended up getting COVID. Didn't fare too well with that, I'm afraid. Took me nearly all month to shake that off. I wasn't bad, I was still working, but it just no energy or anything to do anything. And then I went out into the workshop, and I don't know, it was a wet night, and as you recall, that old workshop that we have, rains in, and I just couldn't get up the enthusiasm to do a lot in there. And so last winter was spent mostly in my railway room, which I don't do many videos of. And so the tractor's got a bit of a back seat. And so spring turned up this year, busy this spring, lambing time and that, and videos. I did do some farming videos, but never seemed to get round to posting them. And then we got on and finished this conversion off. So this is the new farm workshop. Yeah, so this got done, and so time went by, and this summer I then transplanted all my tractors into here because they need to be moved from the various places they were being stored in. And so next thing I knew, harvest turned up, and autumn drilling, and we get to where we are now. And so yes, basically the old workshop, I just couldn't be on with it anymore. It was every night, if it was wet, you got rained on, and so we've ended up in here for now. Now my new workshop is in the process of being built. Actually, be truthful, my new workshop we've been off and on all this year when we've had time. It's a space slightly bigger than this, and we're getting back to it now. I need to get it finished because obviously we need the farm workshop back. Sorry, I'm saying a lot. I'm not used to doing videos. And so in here we have the Model B is the famous YouTube one. It's been on tractor runs just of recent. It's done 2 tractor runs this year at least, if not 3. You can tell from the brakes that it's seen some action. The paint's got burnt off the brakes, and it goes really well. Starts straight away. I've gone down the route of the Fairbanks Morse magnetos now. I'm sick of the Wyco ones. They prove to be problematic, to say the least. These Fairbanks Morse magnetos are far superior. Much better spark and everything. I've come to the conclusion with these old 2-cylinder tractors that the magnetos are their biggest Achilles heel. If you get a good magneto, then these tractors, and you've got plenty of fuel right, these tractors will start. Not a problem. So, yep. So the next one we've got the Model A, which is ready to be rebuilt. I will do a full video of that one when we get to it. That's the Model A, wide front. You can see from front axle. We've got the BN here with the saw bench on the front, which we'll get used this winter. It actually will get the use very soon because I've got orders for firewood. We've got the old Bamlet, British Bamlet finger bar mower, which is in working condition. We've got the Model H there, which is my son's tractor. It's a good little tractor, that. And in the background there is what my project at the moment is. I'm having to do some work on my old Chrysler 300C. Not everybody's cup of tea, but they're worth absolutely nothing. Certainly these 3 litre V6 ones, just for nothing. So my plan with this car is now just to run it into the ground until something major fails on it, which, to be fair, I can't see what will. The body works good on top. It's a little bit rusty underneath, so I'm busy painting that underneath. As you can see in the new workshop, we have a 2-post lift, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, yeah. There's the sports car Cocoon. As you recall, there's a Gardner Douglas hiding away in there. I've got to get that refurbed, the car anyway, because my daughter's getting married this year and she's wanting me to use it as the car to bring the bride to the church. I just hope she doesn't have a really fluffy dress. So, and maybe I haven't been quite truthful. I have just been doing a bit of work on a tractor. You might be able to tell from the grills there what the tractor is. Yep, it's not a John Deere. But it's a tractor that I've always fancied owning. I'll just take this cover off a bit. Any guesses yet? Yeah, I'm sure some of you guys will have recognised what this is. Oh. The battery keeps telling me it's about to go flat on the phone, as usual, on the camera. And yeah, so there we are. It's an Oliver 88. I've tried to buy one of these for quite some time. I bid on 2 over in the USA and missed out twice. There's a very basic diesel one, came up for sale in the spring of the year down in Bristol in the UK, and it went for silly money. And then somebody told me about this one, which unbelievably, was literally only about 20 miles away from me. It was rough, extremely rough. It has been rebuilt from a chassis. I did strip it all the way back down, all the way back, but it was very rough. And the reason I wanted one, as I say, was the fact it had that Walkinshaw straight 6 engine in it. I've always had a passion for straight 6 petrol engines and that. And so, yeah, so this one came up. Bid the guy some money on it. I think he was quite glad to see it go. If you're watching this video, Alan, thank you very much for all your time on it. That's a wide front. That wide front was absolutely jiggered. Absolutely. So I rebuilt all that, rebushed it, stripped it all down, even to a point where I had to actually split that main tube to get the legs in and out. All these are rebushed in here. This was totally rebuilt. This is all my own work. All absolutely knackered with these. So I rebuilt all those bits. I bet there's nearly a month's work in that axle actually. So yeah, I've been dabbling with the tractors, I suppose, a little bit, but not the right colour for a lot. I didn't do a video of it because I felt there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube regarding Oliver tractors, and so I probably will do another video too. My biggest problem was that the engine, I wasn't aware of it, but the 88s were prone to splitting down the middle if they get frosted. And this one ran, surprisingly, when I got it, and the water stopped where it should and the oil stopped where it should, but when I took the engine to bits, there was a crack right down the middle for every cylinder, and it had moved, the deck had moved, the block deck had moved, and so I just thought, well, I've gone this far, it's time to put a fresh engine in it. I couldn't say to be sure whether that engine that was in it was the original. I doubt it was, to be honest. So anyway, I've got a fresh engine block. Mark Corves, he has found me one, and so we're going to ship that over. And yeah, so as I say, there's nothing particular I really wanted about the Olivers. It was just the fact of that straight six engine. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting that finished. Now, some of you will be asking me about, or maybe thinking, what about the V8? What about the V8? Well, the V8, as I say, I went out last February, was it, or January, and I was going to start making the pinion housing for the pinion. Without it being here, it's difficult to explain. And so I got a block of steel and got it all mounted up in the lathe. And it was just so depressing in that other workshop, it raining and all the time and dripping in and everything. So I'm afraid the V8 one has taken a little bit of a back set at the moment, but I'm promising you that it will be finished once I can get into my new workshop, and we'll get back on with it, definitely. I'm curious to see if it'll all work as well as anybody. So yeah, so that's where that is. It's one tractor that everybody asks me about, who watch my videos. They always ask about the V8. So despite the fact that I've butched up, well, I haven't butched it up, but despite the fact that I've taken a Model A John Deere and you know, decided to put an old Ford flathead in it. So, but no, it should all work. Yeah, it should all work. So I'm sorry it's a bit dark in here. As you can see, we do have lights, and when they're all working, it's brilliant. It really is light in here. But unfortunately, we got struck by lightning a few weeks ago. This building got struck, so it knocked out all the cheap Chinese LEDs. So they're obviously good lights, but they're not lightning proof. It struck my house, took out my computers, wife's dishwasher, alarms, well, security lights, a security system anyway, and various other things. And the old workshop, in fact, got hit as well. But it was, thankfully, it didn't do much damage up in there. That side of the farm, all the alarms still work and everything. So yeah, so I'm just in the middle of getting a claim in for the lighting with the insurance. In fact, I've got a box of, I had a box. The reason we've got one working is because I actually had one spare from when I started wiring it all up. Or when we wired it all up. So that one there was a new one. And I have a box, I've just got it today actually, of more lights. So, but until I get all the tractors out, I can't get my scaffold in there anywhere near to replace the lights. So, but we will get that done. Yeah, there's the box of lighting. So, there's the cylinder head for the Oliver. Big old lump of iron that. It seems in fair condition. Frost-wise, when it's got frosted the block, it obviously hasn't affected the head. But yeah, so the clutch I had to put into the Toyota pickup there. So I have been doing mechanicking, but just not hobby mechanicking really. But yeah, so yeah, no, we're alive. COVID didn't get us, made us feel pretty rotten. Wife and I particularly were bad with it. So yeah, so there we have a mezzanine up there, so we're going to store parts up there and bits of stuff. There is lights up there, but they're all knackered with the lightning strike. So some grass seeds up there that are to be drilled this spring, and there's some crates. You can just see one there. I'm not too sure what's in that one. I think that's still Oliver parts, and then there's one behind it which is part of the deck, of the case decks that we have. We eventually got that engine back, and so I have that one to rebuild. But no, the main thing at the moment is the old car there. I'll get that, I'm going to paint it underneath, and we've got the wheels, we've had the wheels refurbished. I've had some suspension parts, I've had to buy some suspension parts. You can see from these up here. I think these are the main parts that wear badly on the fronts of those cars. These are all split and broken and damaged. And that one, I didn't think there was anything much wrong with the rear track control arms, but how wrong could I be? The bush dropped out of that one. So yeah, so we're just waiting for some rear track control arms come in, and we can get this front control arm put in, and hopefully that'll square all the front back together. I knew there was something wrong with it. It never handled particularly well for the last couple of years. So anyway, I've rambled on enough, I think. Yeah. So there we go. So that's how many tractors in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The BW is literally the other side of this wall. Let me go and have a look. There's no lights out here because they got damaged as well. Although I could actually fix these lights because I can get a ladder to these. So there's the BW. That's not a very good light. There we go. She won a prize. Yeah, she won a prize the other week. We went to a show, and she won Best Unrestored Tractor. So I was quite pleased about that. Yeah, so goes really well, starts really well. The only problem I've got is the wheels are starting to crack. I'm getting some cracks on the back wheels where the spokes going are welded on. The shade tree engineering that they put them on, it'll be a long time ago, and the welding's starting to break up on them. So yeah, I can't think. It's dark out here. I'll quickly go down, and we might be able to see the new shed. I was given this building for taking it down, so I don't think that we did too badly. Can we see that though? Quickly, because I'm just wondering, this phone's about to die. Maybe not. Yeah, so it's concrete, so it won't rot away. Got sheet in the roofs there. Yeah, I can't really see. There we go. It's really long. So it's a right nice shed, this. Yeah. Yeah, so there we are. So we're going to sheet this building down. Can we see that? There we go. You can see where all the straw's stored. But no, it got struck up here somewhere. Amazingly, it didn't do any damage, but the electric certainly damaged the lights. So anyway, if we can get back to the workshop, the other one. So we've had a really good harvest this year. Extremely dry. It's not often we combine wheat where we don't have to put it over a dryer. But this was one of those years. That was good. So yeah, so there we go. Clicked up 20 minutes, so I think we'll call it a do. So I'll try and do a video or two when I get a chance on anything else tractor wise. Might even do one of the old Chrysler before we drop it, get the wheels back on it. Okay then, so that's where we are. I'm still here, as I said, and hope to do more videos in better conditions. All right then, bye for now.